I told our team in the locker room I was proud of their fight. I thought that there was a lid on the basket from the first half, and sometimes that wears on you both mentally and physically. You don't give the same effort on the defensive end, and I didn't think that was the case at all. I thought we continued to battle, and we could not put the ball in the hole. And in the second half, it started to open up a little bit. But I thought outside of losing Jalen Cone a couple times, I thought our defense was on point. We made Nolly work for his catches. There were a couple times when they were trying to post him in the long post. Both Dwayne and Jordan did a great job fronting him and not allowing him to go in easily, where he's really been effective all year long. I thought Jordan, maybe played one of his most complete games in a Louisville uniform. Ironically, his last one here. And I thought on the defensive end, he gave great effort. He guarded the ball exceedingly well. He rebounded. I thought he made the right plays in transition. And it was good to see. Obviously, we're shorthanded a little bit. We've got several guys that are injured. One of them a huge contributor to our team, and hopefully we get him back. I'll just list him as day-to-day from here on out. I'm talking about Malik, as you know. Questions?
Can you update us at all as far as whether Malik's had an MRI, an X-ray?
Yeah, there's nothing that's wrong with him other than he twisted his ankle and it's swollen. We're waiting for the swelling to go down. The more the swelling goes down, the less pain there is. The good thing is if you have to have a sprained ankle on a guy that can come back and is maybe the toughest guy on our team, he'd be right up there towards the top. So the moment he can play, he will be out there. And so it's probably too far out to say, and we think he's going to play at Virginia, but I know he's going to do everything he can over the next several days to be prepared to play at Virginia. And if we can't, he can't.
Toward the end of the ceremonies before the game, you made a comment about you wanted it louder during the game. Did you feel like the guys went after the reception they deserved?
That's a pretty negative way to phrase that question, Tim.
Well, it was a pretty negative comment on your part.
No. Don't start pointing fingers at me. I would just say that, I thought it was pretty loud. I thought the seniors were honored. Probably wasn't to capacity in terms of people don't necessarily get here 20, 30 minutes before. But I thought it was really loud, and I wanted the same thing to happen once the game goes on because I know that our guys feed off that adrenaline. And I thought in the second half we made a run. I know it's tough to stand up and cheer when both teams haven't scored 6 times in a row. It's like you go to the loony bin if you start doing that, but that's all right. Fans can go in the loony bin. That's fine. So it was good. I thought we were really spurred on by our crowd today.
Did you make offensive and defensive adjustments in the second half there after it was tied at halftime?
The adjustment that I don't want to say it was an adjustment. We just emphasized that I thought we were running good offense. And I thought, we were trying to get the ball into the paint. I thought we did that in the second half, and we got a few more fouls called. We got to the bonus a little bit quicker. And generally, the lid comes off the basket at some point as long as you continue to give defensive effort. But there weren't a whole lot of adjustments. I didn't think they were taking us out of our offense or limiting our touches or our reversals. But it was just a matter of seeing those shots go in or trying to grab some more offensive rebounds.
Virginia Tech is a little smaller maybe than some other teams, but do you guys have to change when Dwayne's at the 5 or Quinn as opposed to Steve? Do you have to change the way that you run things at all? Or?
We don't necessarily. First of all, Dwayne he's like a computer on offense. He can run every position, every play. It's honestly amazing because he doesn't get reps at every position. Most guys just know, okay, I'm the 2, I go here, I screen there, and they don't have the full concept of the play, but Dwayne does. You don't find that a whole lot. We still run the same stuff, but the emphasis may not be to get the ball into Dwayne in the post. We certainly set pick and rolls, and where often he would pop, he has to roll because there's limited spacing when you have 5 guys on the perimeter. Spacing under the basket, but there's not spacing on the perimeter. So we do run a lot of similar things, and then we just try to put guys in the right positions that we can take advantage of. So
you draw it up for David to get that offensive rebound and kick out Keith for Reed and senior night. That worked out pretty well.
I did. You can put that on the TV show, Kent. That would be the play of the week. All right.
How about that as a way to end it, though?
That was awesome. I mean, again, I've been talking about David's IQ, just the presence of mind, like to know where Keith was, to, have the unselfishness to spray it out, and then give Otto credit. A lot of times, guy doesn't play a whole lot. I've seen that shot 1,000 times hit the side of the backboard, and I'm glad for him. He's a good shooter. He's a good shooter. I'm sure I should be playing him more.
What, if anything, do you, it's on?
I can hear you.
What, if anything, do you do towards the end of the season when, guys may be tired of hearing your voice and it may be, just kind of the doldrums of this part of the season to keep them refreshed and keep them...
I think the doldrums are over. I mean, we're playing, we win on Saturday, which is a huge task. We're, co-champions, at least. And then the next thing after that is the ACC tournament. And after that, if we're lucky enough to be invited to the NCAA tournament. So there shouldn't be any doldrums at this point.
Chris, you mentioned Jordan maybe playing his most complete game. How much of a factor do you think just his aggressiveness and just his attacking the whole game contributed to that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought, we ran a play for him, and he took it off the flare screen, and it's usually for a jump shot, and they sort of pressed up, and he drove to the basket, and the kid started to tie him up, and had a little bit of his arm, a little bit of the ball. The referee called the foul, and he powered through and got an and one at the basket, and I'll be honest, we haven't seen that a lot out of Jordan, and I just thought his whole mentality was a little bit more aggressive. I thought he gave tremendous effort on the defensive end. He got tired. He played crazy amount of minutes. He got beat by Wabisa Beatty there at the end. I just think it was straight fatigue. That's why we took him out for a little bit. But, I've told you when he hasn't played hard or he doesn't do things that affect winning. But as a 180 today, it was awesome to see. And if he continues to do that, it makes us that much harder to play against.
Coach, now that this team has gone through the regular season and been battle-tested and dealt with different things, do you feel pretty good about where they are headed now that this postseason is just the way they have?
Yeah, I mean, sure, I want to get Malik back and, be at full strength. But, we got some guys in this locker room that, behind the scenes and in the locker room and on the floor, like, this team means a whole lot to them. Means a whole lot to them. And, what the race means to you often determines how you run the race. And that's a quote that stuck with me for a long time. And when it's not meaningful, you don't run as hard. You don't dig in as deep. And I really think while we have some flaws and we have some guys that maybe make mistakes, their heart is in the right place. They love each other. They're teammates to the end. And it's a fun group to coach.
Take one more up front.
Malik does a lot of things that are hard to replace, but are you happy with what you got out of the center position in his absence, maybe specifically with Steve?
First half to second half, I thought Steve made a 180. I know his shooting percentage wasn't great, but he was way more demanding of the ball, which we need him to be, whether Malik's healthy or not. And I thought he was so much more effective in the second half. He was offensive rebounding. Virginia Tech chooses to post trap. He made a great pass out to Ryan. He made another pass out from the post. I just thought he was so much more engaged. He gets double-digit rebounds, which, even when Malik wasn't playing in the beginning of the year, it wasn't like he was getting 10-plus every game. So it was awesome to see him really respond in the second half. Because, Steve's MO has been if he hasn't started well and hasn't played well in the first half, it never really has changed. And I thought he was much more effective in the second half. That's great for our team. Thank you.
So, Jordan and Ryan will be in here. Jordan.